Hello, everybody, and welcome to Millennial Movie Talk episode 115, live and direct from each of our bedrooms because Australia is a fucking nightmare. I am Braden, joined as always by the wonderful Alex Lamb.
Parts of Australia are a nightmare. Just 3/4.
Yeah, I'm also joined by Steph.
That math is way off.
Hello.
And I'm also joined by Chris.
Lockdown.
Here we are. It's the return of the Zoom.
You might be wondering, hey, what happened to Chris? Chris's webcam is fully functional, and that's exactly what he looks like throughout the entirety of the show.
Chris turned into an oil painting. All right, guys. Get over
I always have been.
This is just what
Alex does so much CG work on the normal show.
That's a completely rendered Chris.
The frame rate lines up on this camera. You just can't see me move, but I'm moving.
It's a frame rate issue. We can't fix it.
Sorry. It's weird. Interlacing, you know how it is.
Oh, hello.
How are we all doing? We're only like 2 or 3 days into a 7-day lockdown.
Why one day?
We're
day
12
one.
hours in.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking
24 hours.
when I couldn't go into work. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
that was Monday. So
I went to work yesterday.
fun.
That's fun.
Incredible.
Want to talk about that?
Totally safe and not at all problematic whatsoever. Thanks.
We had to wear masks while working in a store that was closed to customers.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't want to go in there at all.
so like there's no customers in the store, but all the people that are working and cleaning and stuff, we've all got masks on doing it. And like it was just annoying. I just couldn't breathe.
Now speaking of Streets Full of Fear, do you guys watch the new one?
Yeah. I caught up on all of them over the week as well. Yeah.
Did the trifecta 1, 2,
Very
and
nice.
3.
I did.
I noticed them on Netflix. Haven't done any moved on that yet though.
They're worth a watch, I'll be honest.
I agree with that. They were lots of fun.
They are, especially number 2. Number 2's still my favorite, I'll say that. Number 2 just had the good vibes in a.
Yeah, number 2 was more fun to watch. The atmosphere was better, I think.
But number 3 felt like a conclusion.
Yeah, I was going to say it tied everything up really nicely.
Yeah.
Wasn't the ending that I wanted, but
I predicted. We can't spoil it, but like no. I you know, when you go on a Reddit, people will bring out theories, and one of the big theories was true.
I didn't read any theories. I had hoped that this wasn't like, you know, as they were alluding to it towards the end, I was like, surely not. And then it happened. I was upset. Emotionally, I was upset, but it made sense. It was a good ending.
Oh, was it? Was it a good ending?
It was. I was sad about it, but
Steph doesn't get the pun. It's okay.
Oh, I don't get the. Oh, I get the pun. Took me a while.
We got that.
No one else gets that.
No. Yeah. Look, I thought this one was probably the scariest out of them all. I really enjoyed the 1666 vibes though in the beginning. Where, you know, this one this one actually had to rely on music composition and a score because there's no 1666 bangers. Like they did with the other two that they could just drop in.
Orchestrate that.
And I thought the music was good.
Toppers at the time were pretty rough.
I thought the music was good. I mean,
and I like the way they sort of managed to incorporate sort of like old-timey speech with just modern day speech. It was enough to immerse you in the time without making you like, what the fuck are they saying?
A lot of people's issues with the second one was that like this isn't 1973, and everyone's talking like they're in 2021. Well,
I didn't really get that.
No, neither did I.
No.
So are you talking about fidget spinners and shit?
Yeah, they're talking about PS5s. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? This is weird. No, but this is definitely. I think this is my second favorite. I'd say I like 1 a lot, but I think 1 is probably the weakest out of them all.
I agree. 1 was like setting up the story, I feel. Number 3, I would say number 1 was the weakest in my opinion as well. And I think our letterbox scores reflect that. Number 2 and 3 were pretty much on par for me.
I think I gave 1, 3, and then 2 and 3, 3.5.
That's the same as me, yeah.
Yeah. They're just really fun. And I advise everyone just to watch it if they just want to watch some fun movies. Obviously, they're not perfect. There's things wrong with them. But, you know, when you just have fun with the movie, who really gives a shit?
Yeah. Especially with a horror movie, you don't really expect much from the get-go, but I think this was an exception. It was actually quite well made, and it was fun, and it was scary. It was everything.
Yeah, I saw a headline today about they want to, like, the director kind of wants to make this like a MCU of horror genre stuff.
I would be okay with that because there's a couple of the killers which were really scary that they didn't they didn't get a lot of showcase a lot, especially the little kid with the mask and the bat.
Yeah, that kid, he just rocked up towards the end, and I thought he's
creepy.
I wouldn't mind a bigger world building.
Yeah, new stories.
If they keep doing new like a new story, which also is a trilogy that ties into stuff. Like I think it'd be really, really interesting, and I think it
I actually did like
the current media climate.
Because Loki spoilers for this, not really, but the first half of I say majority of it's set in 1666.
Yeah.
And at the end, it cuts back to 1994.
Ooh,
and
cool.
I did love the title card come in to say 1994 Part 2.
Yeah, actually, I like that too. Yeah, the entire sort of trilogy is set in 1994.
Yeah.
But they used 1666 and 1978 or 73 or whatever flashbacks.
But the whole film, the whole second one is 19. Like the bookends are like, and by bookends I mean the first 2 minutes and the last minute are 1994. But like the whole hour and 50 in the middle is.
They just use 94 to sort of ground the story as to why they're going back in time to these others. Yeah,
it's just there to push the story forward. But
that's very cool.
They do it well, and I would be excited. I'm kind of eager to see what else they do. I do think though it benefited a lot coming out on Netflix because I feel like people would have been less open to it if they did the original plan. The original plan before COVID was they were meant to come out last year, and they were meant to come out in theaters 1 month apart from each other.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have been so on board with that. I don't think I would have committed to seeing it all.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I think it's probably smart that they did it this way.
They got in front of a much wider audience. The community I've seen come out of it because there's like a fair plot line of lesbianness is what I've seen.
Yeah.
Which I can totally get behind, but yeah, I've just seen people all over my Instagram being super excited about it. So it's very good
lesbians. Lesbians.
We're all about it. What else has people been watching this last week?
Chris, what have you been watching?
I've been away in a magical realm called Great Britain.
Great Britain. Downton Abbey.
No, we've been to Hogwarts, and I'm 7 years in? 6 years? 7 years?
6
years in. Half-Blood Prince is the last one I watched, and it's actually I might have a new favorite, to be honest, now that I'm going through them again, now that I've looking at them from a critical point of view, maybe. And so Azkaban has always been my favorite, but Half-Blood Prince though, like it's got such a vibe to it. It's like really upbeat and like fun. It's like really fun. Half-Blood
Prince like the worst critically received one?
No, I think Deathly Hallows Part 2. No, I think Deathly Hallows Part 2 is
the final one.
Looking it up.
No, that's the first part. Oh, no, Deathly Hallows Part 1. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think that one's the weakest. Either that's or 2.
That's Harry, Ron, and Hermione Horcrux hunting adventures.
Yeah, it's still good, but it's not great.
Yeah, but this is the last, I guess, proper year at Hogwarts with classes and stuff.
I know, and you feel it at the end.
Yeah.
You get sad.
Of course. And the end, it's all over. Like, yeah. Exactly. So like
Tomatoes meter just very quickly. The bottom Harry Potter one, not including Fantastic Beasts and Fantastic Beasts 2, which are 9 and 10. Definitely Hallows Part 1 is the lowest, and then Order of the Phoenix.
That's bullshit.
Order of the Phoenix, that's right. Sorry.
Order of the Phoenix
is good. But it's on a different vibe as well. But yeah, Half-Blood Prince is the one where the first one that stuck out to me. I don't know who directed it. I haven't really looked into any of these in terms of like that kind of look.
The directors of 5, I believe 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all the same guy, David Yates.
You are correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because such a different feel to Half-Blood Prince, but I love it. So
why are you choosing to rewatch them all, Christian?
Well, we're on Netflix Watch, and Netflix decided to just pop them all up. And we got some free time on our hands. So yeah, I just decided to give them a go.
Cool.
And it's been a good time.
Like I said, we're 24 hours into lockdown. I've watched The Room already. So
nice. How's that?
It is so bad. Actually, I didn't watch it during lockdown. I went away for the weekend with my friends, and one of my friends was like, I really just feel like watching The Room. I wasn't feeling the best that day, so I was sort of just sitting on the couch, just watching the movie, sort of hazy, and I was like, this movie is trash. I feel really bad for Tommy Wiseau because he loves this movie so much, and he put so much work and money and effort and time and passion into it, but it just sucks.
Yeah, but isn't that the whole thing in The Room? Like when everyone loves it for the wrong reasons, he just immediately is like, "Ah, yes, it was great comedy whole time, of course."
Oh yeah.
Did you at least watch The Disaster Artist after watching The Room?
I've seen it before, but no, we did not watch it consecutive. It was not a consecutive watch.
I feel like that's the thing to do, though.
I'd agree with you, but The Room was up on YouTube full, and we didn't have any sort of other way to. Yeah, we just sort of put it on.
But yeah, I wouldn't feel bad for the man. Like, I feel like it's done well, and he's certainly played to that. So
I feel like nowadays he's leaned into it 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah. Anything else, Steph? Nothing else on the list?
Nothing else that won't be coming up later in the show.
All right. Well, I'll drive this segue over here because I've been watching Fast and Furious 1 to 3. That's right. Braden's not the only one that can drive segways.
Beautiful.
Now, look, this will be a quick thing because I'm not going to make it a big thing, but Alex's Gripes is coming back for a little bit.
Oh, it's back, baby.
Do you want to see something really annoying? So, obviously, last week, Alex's Gripes was with the Postal Service, right?
Yeah.
Well, Alex received his items.
Hell yeah.
And they're in this box here. Look how annoying this is. Look at the spines.
What? Oh.
Ooh.
Look at the spines.
What's going on here?
So let's talk about this. Let's break this down. So these were all manufactured and released at the same time, except for Fate. Fate is new, technically new, but all of these were done by the same people. So for some reason, the first 3, they did not want to put numbers at the bottom. Right? And then we get to 4 and 5, and they say, you know what? Let's do away with this picture. Let's do away with the pictures on the spine. And then they get to 6, and they go, you know what? We're gonna put 6 in a slipcase. We're gonna put 6 in a slipcase, and none of the other ones.
Yep.
But also with 6 and 7, we're gonna bring the pictures back. So
I would argue that, like, on Too Fast, Too Furious, like, it's in the name, but then they haven't removed the numbers. Oh, they have for 4. 4's got Fast and Furious, then straight into the 4 on the box. But the other ones say Fast and Furious 5, then the 5.
Yeah,
I think it just solidifies how poorly named they can't consistently keep to a title.
Yeah, that's not even with the title. It's like, that was an attempt to have the boxes be in unison, but it makes no sense at all.
There's no consistency here at all. Not even in one.
Nice.
The only
Why
thing
is 4 not say 4 as well?
Why is 6 in a slipcase and the rest aren't?
Yeah, the slipcases and the pictures and oh my god!
Wait, the final one didn't even have a number.
It's because.
Oh my god!
That was a bit of fun. Anyway,
that's atrocious.
So, I've been watching 1 to 3, and you know what? 2 ain't bad. 2's a bit of fun.
Thank you. Finally,
it's definitely not the best. It's not the worst now, I believe. I think technically 3 and 4 are probably worse than 2, but I have them all rated the same, and I think I just put 2 above them if I were to put them on a scale, even though they've got the same rating. I just like Roman. We hungry. And then at the end where they realize he shows them that they're just stealing the money in his pants. That's great. But
Roman is what carries number 2. But number 2 is just fun. I mean, we all know how I feel
Paul
about
Walker.
movies, but...
I like Paul. Man, I like Paul Walker. Man can't act very well in the first one, but the first one's iconic.
He learned.
The first one's got so many iconic lines in it. But yeah, I saw a new movie in theaters as well. This is before we. No, I went today.
No,
really quiet for some reason.
Yeah, it's called 9 Days. I think we talked about this a long time ago when the trailer first came out.
Yes, I'm very excited for this movie because I keep seeing ads on Instagram for it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was coming out, and then I looked last week at Palace Nova Times, and I saw it was showing, so I was like, I'll go see that.
I had no idea.
This is the one that you text me. You told me to get on it.
So this one, it stars Winston Duke. Everyone should recognize. You won't know the name probably unless you're Braden and I. But he was in Black Panther. He was in Us. He's been in a few other things. He plays basically what it is there's this place where how it works is before people were born, their personalities and they are judged by a person, and he decides out of maybe 7 of them which one gets to be born and live a life on Earth. And Winston Duke plays this examinator. He was a human on Earth, and then he lived his life, and now he was selected for this position. So now his job is to interview about 7 people, and then he gets to choose. And it's just a really good film. Like everything about it's just really solid. I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
Nice.
Wow.
Really, really enjoyed this one. I thought everyone was sensational in it. There's just a lot of things that make you think about it. It's like all about viewpoints on life and stuff, and dealing with stuff that's happened, and like what to look for in life, like how you can see the good in some things and then how people see the bad in other things. It's also starring Zazie Beetz, Bill Skarsgård, Tony Hale, Benedict Wong. I feel like I'm missing someone, but
there's definitely a bunch.
Definitely those, and I really enjoyed this one. I'm excited to see it again, but I think everyone should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I had no idea that it was already out, so
Yeah.
that's very good to know. I will see it when I can.
Yeah, I'm annoyed though because 2 things are meant to come out tomorrow, and they're only coming out in theaters, and they're not coming out, and now I can't go see them. That is Old.
What's that?
Old is meant to come out tomorrow, and G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
Oh, Snake Eyes meant to come.
It sucks. I was gonna go see him, and now I can't.
Man,
I didn't know that Henry Golding was in the G.I. Joe movie.
didn't you?
Good, that means he's
No.
playing the character well.
I did not know that until I saw the trailer last night, and I was like, what? And now all of a sudden I want to go see G.I. Joe, and I'm upset that I didn't pick it in the sweepstakes in our little thing that we've got going.
We'll get to the sweepstakes after.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll definitely get to that.
But Old, I want to go and see Old just out of curiosity. It's piqued my interest. I think it's gonna be really bad.
Look, M. Night's films are never boring. All right, they're always either they're one extreme or the other. They're either great or they're either really bad.
Yeah.
So you're always getting some fun out of either one.
So how are we going to experience this? Like, where are we going to watch it?
Old.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the cinema in a week from now.
Hopefully, you say. I hope so too.
I hope I'm not old by the time I get to watch Old.
Yeah.
We like the singers here, don't we?
Goddamn, one-liners all day, every day. Whack it on a t-shirt, folks.
I also watch Moneyball, but I think everything that needs to be said about Moneyball has been said. Everyone should watch it. It's a great film.
Yes.
Very nice.
Braden.
Hello.
What have you been watching?
I mean, literally one of the main things that I've just been thinking about constantly, and having discussions with at work with heaps of people, is about Loki and the fact that season 1 is finished and we had our finale, and we can finally talk about it.
I binged it all today.
Good work.
Very good.
Christian,
Good work.
have we watched Loki?
No, we have not.
Well, we're gonna talk some spoilers because
look,
we're gonna talk about it a little bit.
I got so much Marvel to catch up on. All right, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
It's a lot.
Too much.
There's a lot, and there's only more coming. So
I know they're producing them faster than I can watch them. Okay,
that's very, very true.
What is a man to do?
But yeah, with the finale out and season 1 done and dusted, what did y'all think about it?
Definitely my favorite out of the 3. But with saying that, I don't really have the urge to go back and watch any of the 3. Like,
yeah,
No, but I don't know if they're made for rewatchability. I mean,
because they feel like a very long Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think Loki had the highest of the highs, but also maybe had some of the low lows in it. Definitely the Lamentus episode, if we're talking about the season as a whole, is just the definition of a filler episode.
It bogs down. So basically, this is like a Doctor Who type adventure-y time, like space adventure show, and it's a bit X-Files-y and a bit, all that weird stuff. And then they take episode 3 to really focus down on connecting Loki with Sylvie.
But here's the thing: they took that time to basically go, all right, we're really gonna learn things about these characters. And in an hour-long episode, we learnt 2 things about her.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say my biggest gripe with the whole series is that I love Tom Hiddleston. I love him as Loki. And I actually really liked the actress who played Sylvie. I think she did a really good job as Sylvie. My biggest issue with it was that I didn't really buy the chemistry between the two. Like, I could be in the minority there, but like there was meant to be this whole thing where he's like falling in love with himself, and he's such a narcissist because she's like Loki, but she's kind of different, and she's. I just didn't see the chemistry.
I will say I'm all for the hilarious and absolutely perfect character choice for Loki to fall in love with Loki, but I 100% thought, and like I've seen videos of people online absolutely freaking out over the moment in the finale where they actually, smack on.
Kiss.
But I thought that was the weakest part of that episode. I was really like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no real I said, I just didn't buy it. Like I wasn't shipping it so hard. Like I don't know if it was the character, the actress, even though I thought she did a good job as Sylvie. I don't know if it was just like the way they interacted with each other or what.
I think with that, especially the last episode, man, if you knew, because a lot of people who are watching it wouldn't know that Jonathan Majors has been cast as Kang in Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
So when he appeared, I feel like, to me, a big thing I got out of that last episode, which is why I liked it a lot, was that I went, oh, okay, they're actually doing this. Yeah. So I feel like WandaVision kind of set up a lot of expectations that didn't pay off, especially with who's going to be building that was such a big thing of who this person that Monica's messaging to come and build this thing for them get through. And then
there were so many little fake outs.
Yeah, and for that, and then Pietro and all that. But for them to, what was so great about Loki, because I feel like everyone thought that it was just going to be another fake out, is that when you saw Jonathan Majors sitting in that elevator, you just went, oh, we're doing this. Okay.
I got so excited. Oh my God. I was loving the energy he was bringing with this variant of himself.
I think it's a great idea to have him play someone who he's playing Kang, but it's not it's a variant of Kang who's just like, get ready.
to get into some comic book lore for you guys. So this version of Kang, which is He Who Remains, also in the comics known as Immortus, I think. There's also in the comics there is a council of Kangs, which are kind of like, it's a group of good Kangs who try to like stop the bad Kangs, and it's such a ridiculous concept. Kang is everyone and no one, and at all times always. So I'm very excited to see what they can do with Jonathan Majors maybe playing many different versions of Kang. Again, I was loving the energy he was bringing.
Yeah, after credit scene was pretty like
season 2.
Season 2, that's it. So cool. They'll get to flesh that out a little bit more.
Well, here's the thing: it's like, is season 2 gonna come out before Ant-Man?
Yeah, that's the question now.
We got a lot of MCU to get through before we even might see season 2 of Loki.
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be like one of the only TV shows ever where like you can't just go from season 1 straight at the end of season 1 finale straight to episode 1 season 2, because surely we're gonna have to watch Multiverse of Madness.
I was gonna say I feel like season 2 has to come after Doctor Strange 2.
At least, if not just before Ant-Man, maybe as well.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see heaps of Jonathan Majors in Loki season 2. I think it'll be like bits, but it won't be. He won't be the main character of it.
He's the new Thanos, so
He's the new big bad, and I'm very excited about it because I'm very keen to see everything they do. Also, just how visually like nice was that entire conversation
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the multiverse itself. The multiverse looked like a nervous system.
That was really cool. I did like that.
I think it's interesting though. He's really interesting as sort of like a villain because he did pose some thought-provoking questions about the idea of like, well, you know me as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or you can go into the unknown and potentially bring about like what's worse.
Yeah, it's like I'm the smallest of the multiple evils.
Yeah, I think he was very complex compared to Thanos, at least in what he was trying to achieve and who he was trying to present himself as. Yeah. But I also hope that we get more Owen Wilson because
we will definitely be getting more Owen Wilson.
I think Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston had more chemistry than Sylvia and Tom Hiddleston. Like just
100%. I was all for it, man. And also, now that we can actually talk about it, fucking Richard E. Grant coming in here as classic Loki, and just like all the fun little surprises in episode 5. I screamed at one point because of fucking Throg in a jar.
Yeah. Look, still favorite out of the 3, definitely. I'm very excited for What If though. What If has always been my favorite out of all the ones coming out because I think What If has the potential just to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The fact that we're now, so when they announced that they're doing What If and they showed it off and everything, it was like, all right, cool, they're doing What If, like the comics, like that's great fun that they can just tell these alternating stories. They've basically made it canon for the MCU now with all the different branching timelines.
Yeah.
And I'm so here for it. It's only made me more excited.
Well, moving on from that.
How long have we been doing this so far?
I'm not too sure. I have no idea.
I forgot to turn on the thingy.
It's okay. We can wing this. We had a deal, we would say, last week that I had to watch one movie and y'all had to watch one.
And if you'd like to suggest a bet at any point in time, you can support us on patreon.com/Millennial Movie Talk.
Give us money.
Like the amazing folks who do. So we just want to shout out the amazingness of Mark Fleer, Jai Perry, and Jonathan Edge.
We do love Jonathan Edge, Jai Perry, Mark Fleer.
Oh, I like the idea of putting Jonathan Edge first so we can still get that Jai Perry, Mark Fleer. So like Jonathan Edge, Jai Perry, Mark Fleer.
So we just add whoever joins to the start. Exactly. So that it still always ends with the Jai Perry Mark Fleer.
Yeah, you got to end it on the rush.
I like it. I think Chris has fallen asleep with all the Marvel talk.
No, we're here. Just writing my latest review for Harry Potter.
Oh, I liked it. That was a good one.
Oh, nice. It
was good.
Oh my god.
So, look, I'm not gonna lie here. I have 37 minutes left of Zulu to watch.
How do we feel? So far?
We're liking Zulu. Michael Caine in this film, where he's just calling everyone old sport or whatever.
Yeah.
He's definitely not what I thought Michael Caine would have been like in this film. But look, it's good. I like it so far. It's definitely I've always loved the concept of a small group of people preparing from an attack from a larger group of them. Seven Samurai is very much like that. And I thought this is another one of those films that work really well so far. I like the characters. I like the guys hanging out in the medical, like the injured guys and the one who's not injured at all, but he keeps saying he's injured.
Hook, I think.
Yeah, Hook.
Yeah.
And his scene with the guy who he's meant to be taking care of, or he just keeps saying he's taking care of, and he suddenly gets a burst of energy and drills into him, and then he collapses. I really like that. Interested to see how it ends. Based on history, though, you know how it ends.
How do you like the depiction of the Zulus at the start?
At the start, yeah. Oh, when they're doing was it the weddings?
Yeah, it's like a marriage ceremony.
The marriage ceremonies. That was cool. It's always nice seeing culture like that, even though they are technically the bad guys.
No, I mean, yeah.
Like the film's from the British perspective, so
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I suppose.
But
I wouldn't say they're the bad guys though. They're more just the Like
Yeah, when I
the
watch this, I
obstacle.
don't get like a good bad kind of vibe. If anything, it's like the British are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Even though it's not from the British perspective, they're not the Zulus aren't antagonistic. They're just more obstacles. Like
I like the main guy, the one who takes over control from Michael Caine, and Michael Caine never lets him forget it.
Yeah, but at least Michael Caine does kind of realize that this guy knows what he's doing and kind of lets it happen. He's pissed off at the start.
He looks like Sean Connery, but he also doesn't look like Sean Connery at the same time.
Okay.
Like I feel like I've seen this guy in multiple things. Like he just looks so familiar, and I think he kind of looks like Sean Connery, like a young Sean Connery.
He looks like someone, but I can't kind of place it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Sean Connery that I was talking about.
Yes, yeah, I think that's who you meant.
Oh, he doesn't look like John Cleese to me because
I do like the sergeant character as well. He's good.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. Well, I'm excited to see how the rest of the movie goes.
Unfolds.
I can't. Yeah, and yeah.
Did you get that eerie, suspenseful feeling before the eve of the battle? Yeah, I thought it was done well.
And I like that the it shows that the Zulu tribe I was expecting, because how the film was going, I was like, are they just gonna depict the Zulus as like savages and like they just come in? But they've actually got tactics and battle plans.
Yeah, as soon as they're like working stuff out, you're like, oh, this is scary. Like,
yeah, like you just like, because when they go and like they're talking about it, you're just like, oh, so the only issue here is that they're outnumbered. Like it's 4,000 to how many do they have? They have
few hundred or something.
Yeah, how many British? Yeah, and so, but then they start actually using proper tactics and battle plans. And I'm just like, this is good. I like this. Like they're more than just numbers.
Spooky, man. Spooky Zulus.
150 British soldiers, 30 of whom were sick. 4,000 Zulu warriors.
Yeah.
Or
that's a 300 situation.
It is.
Now, in exchange,
can we just agree? Better than you thought.
Better than I thought. Yeah. I can say that.
Yeah, I'll say that. Sure.
Jason Statham holds the film though, doesn't he?
150%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I lost at him talking about what was the gambling?
All the different shit he does.
How good? He's just an idiot.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not used to him playing that character. Like he's always like he could be the spy in anything or the tough guy. But he's a total moron. He's dense ass.
He talks about like poisoning himself competition. Yeah.
Like, and he's so oblivious. He gets his bag swapped and everything, and he's just like he's the worst.
He has no idea.
And I love them. They're tricking him with the face-off machine. That's great.
Yeah, I have a newfound respect for Melissa McCarthy as well. She was better. Like she was.
I have to agree. Yeah, she was actually made for this role, or this role was made for her. Like I was getting the jokes. I was feeling it. I was feeling the vibe for once.
I was right. It's Melissa McCarthy who doesn't start out doing Melissa McCarthy, because when I think of Melissa McCarthy, I think of she's just like this low life, swears, vulgar person. And in the beginning of the film, she doesn't start out doing that, but she has to then do that to fit in to her cover that she made up for herself.
Yeah, and that's where it kind of lost me. It's just the language. Same. I was just really didn't appreciate the rest of hearing the rest of that film.
I enjoyed
also, Jude Law.
The star.
Oh yeah, love Jude Law.
Jude Law and Jason Statham, I thought were great.
Did you lose it when he sneezes and he shoots a guy in the head?
My God. For parody of the genre, like those moments were what I thought was the strongest. And those were the parts of the movie that I enjoyed.
And this is the guy that directed Bridesmaids, so he knows how to direct a comedy.
I reckon the weakest part was probably the British friend, her little British friend.
Yeah, she's a
jokes.
Yeah. I agree with that.
They weren't bad. It was just the weakest part of the film.
I like Melissa McCarthy's subtle jokes to Rose Byrne about like, oh, thank God your hair broke your fall. Like, stuff like that was funny, and
it was a lot of fun. It was better than I thought. I actually watched it twice in one day because I watched it and then I thought Mum's gonna love this, and then I showed Mum that night.
When Jason Statham comes in at the end, he fucking just slips and stacks it.
Yeah.
And then he's driving off and it's a lake.
Caught on the handle.
He's driving off and it's just like, someone going to tell him it's a lake.
It was better than I expected, but I still didn't enjoy it a whole lot. There's just not. It's not my kind of movie.
I mean, I give it 3.5.
I would say very similar things.
No.
I gave it 3.5. I think.
Yeah.
I gave it 3.5 as well.
Which is fine. Like it's a 7 out of 10. I liked it.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in theaters and being pleasantly surprised.
What about when she first kills that guy, and she doesn't mean to, and then she accidentally like spews up all over him, and then it's just in the slow mo, and then she spills the knife onto him, and like even bits like that. I actually laughed out loud. I found it pretty funny.
Did you LOL?
I did LOL.
I don't think it really at any point made me laugh out loud. Some parts made me giggle, but again, that's personal preference. So
yeah, to me, it's Jason Statham and then some other bits.
Yeah.
I think I'd be sitting at like a 2.5.
Oh well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was a lull. We hit a lull.
We're on Zoom. That usually happens with this.
Yeah, it's hard to keep that vibe going.
It was pure lag. Everyone's internet cut out for a second. Yeah, don't worry, we're professionals, everybody. Alex, I'm trying to stall so you have time to get your deets up.
I got him.
There we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have my music.
Cue the music.
All right, we're back. Everyone, it is box office time, baby. We've got all the stuff here. We've got all the numbers, all the monies. Let's talk about it.
The financials.
Here we go. At number 5, Christian, The Boss Baby, Family Business.
Yes.
In its third week at the box office, made $4.7 million. 46.7 drop off from last week. It's made a worldwide gross of $39.0. So 39 million. Of a $82 million budget. It's sitting on a 47% Rotten Tomatoes with an 89 audience score.
That's rough.
So audiences like it. It's not the lowest on this list though. Coming in at number 4, he's not here, but F9, The Fast Saga, in its 4th week at the box office.
4th week and it's in 4th place.
Yeah, look at that.
It's dropping.
9th.
Yeah, it's dropping fast because it made $7.6 million, which is a 32.9% drop off from last week. Although it has made $544.1 million worldwide off a $200 million budget. The family are rolling in it.
The family are rolling.
Insane. Do we think they will actually end the franchise after the next one?
I think they will. I'm going to be honest. I think.
God, I hope so.
I think 10 will be the last one, but I think you will see way more spin-offs coming.
We're going to enter a point in time where Fast and Furious is ending and Mission Impossible is ending. That's
my 2 favorite franchises.
So what something has to come to take its place.
What will we have? We need another cinematic universe, guys.
They want to do I saw that the John Wick spin-off might be being a TV show now.
Oh, the Continental?
Yeah.
That was always going to be a show.
TV show. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, guys. Escape Room, Tournament of Champions. I'm going to be honest. Did not know this was coming out. It probably would have been on the draft list. But the sequel to Escape Room 2. Escape Room.
Oh, this is the one where the trailer ruined.
The trailers for this.
I probably should have.
And I thought it must be so shitty that Alex didn't include it on the draft sheet.
I probably should have thought of it because we had like a competition giveaway at work for tickets, and we've had the trailer on the TV at the counter for like the last month.
But the trailer for this one must have ruined like the end of like 3 major rooms in the film.
Like
Chris and I saw something, and the trailer came on for this, and we feel like we've seen the whole film.
Yeah. Exactly. The trailer is so long.
Yeah.
Also, it feels like it completely forgets the premise of an escape route.
It ruins the first puzzle too.
It ruins a few puzzles, I think.
Yeah, it ruins a lot of them.
Well, it came in at 3rd place in its first week. It made $8.8 million. It's made 14.3 worldwide off a $15 million budget. So
I was wondering where the budget was.
They make them for cheap. It's got a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 73 critic score. Nope, audience score. Number 2, Black Widow, $25.8 million in its second week. That's a 67.8% drop off from last week, which is not very good.
I've seen headlines about this, in fact.
Yeah, and theaters are pissed at Disney.
Yeah, they're very angry.
They're blaming it all on Disney Plus.
Damn.
So it's made, although worldwide it has made $251 million off a $200 million budget. It's sitting on an 80% critic score and a 92 audience.
Tell you what, I went and saw it again because I went and saw it with Michaela. I enjoyed it more the second time.
Really? I watched it again with Mum and Dad and I liked it less.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but did you watch it? You watched it at home. Did Braden go to the cinema to see it?
Yeah, I went to the cinema to see it. And
could be the experience as well.
Yeah, I felt more comfortable in my initial wanting to give it a 4, and I actually gave it a 4 on my second go around. But I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting hearing different things about. I've heard many different mixed opinions at work. So,
well, guys, at number 1, come on and slam, and welcome to Space, and welcome Space Jam into number 1 spot.
That wasn't as smooth as it could have been. But...
No, because I thought of it halfway through.
You just said there's a new legacy of Boy Who's on Top.
Hey, Space Jam: A New Legacy in its first week made $31 million at the US box office. No drop off because it's its first week. It's made $53.1 million worldwide off a $150 million budget.
That's a big budget.
Slamming.
It's an expensive movie.
It's very expensive. All visuals, you imagine.
Yeah, it's the visual effects.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that to be nominated for a Academy Award. I'm sure it will be.
31 critic score.
Oof. What?
What are they doing?
People.
That's rough. I think that's too harsh.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun.
Hey,
It is
critics,
fun.
we want you to go see this children's movie.
Yeah.
Can you really just berate it?
It has an 81 audience score though.
That makes more
Okay.
sense.
So the audiences are liking it.
I would expect critics to be at like a 65 to 75.
IMDb's got it at a
30?
4.3 out of 10.
Yeah,
That's
so
rough.
I've been on Reddit and looking on stuff, and everyone's just like, it's fun. Like, it's not. Is it a good movie?
Yeah, I think-
no, but
I
it's
feel
fun.
invalidated.
Yeah, I feel like audience should feel the same and do. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this brings us to a box office movie draft. So, in last place, still only one movie. It's Braden with In the Heights. He's sitting on $29 million.
Just you wait. Those Australian numbers for Snake Eyes are going to come in hot this week.
All right, sitting in fourth place, It and Me with one movie, A Quiet Place Part 2, $155.3 million.
God.
Still hasn't got. Oh God, you've got this in the bag.
yeah.
In third place, he nearly broke into the 200 milli club.
Oh,
He nearly
200
got
milli?
there. Christian, $195.7 million. Cruella is still your biggest hitter with $83 million.
Woo! Thank you, Emma.
We got Reminiscence though, guys, so calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone's got Reminiscence.
In the back pocket.
When's that come out?
I don't know. All right.
Did you just snub off Reminiscence?
It comes out 19th of August.
Hey, get excited.
That's the first time I've seen
Wait.
the poster.
Really?
Yeah.
The 19th of August.
Yeah.
I have even higher hopes for Reminiscence now.
Is that your birthday?
That is my birthday.
Holy
Hey.
shit. Beautiful. It's poetic.
Okay, it's meant to be.
I almost don't want Michael and Braden to have it now.
Surely you're going to see it on your birthday, Christian.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
All right,
Let's
guys.
hope he
my
can.
birthday.
We're all going. It's his Christmas birthday present. In second
We should all
place
go.
with $229 million, Michael
Oh.
with F9 being his biggest hitter that has made $155 million.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I get one, and just 1 week. I'm in top. That's
And
fine.
at number
yeah.
one, she's got 4 movies. Her biggest hit is Black Widow with $134.6 million.
Not looking good.
Total, $253.4 million. It's Steph. Space Jam coming in with $31 million for you this week, propelling you to the top.
Awesome.
Very nice.
All right, I'm happy. That's all I wanted. Just 1 week.
So
One
just,
week on top.
so
Yep.
just updates of stuff happening. Braden and I both have movies coming out this week, being G.I. Joe and Old. Michael's got a film next week, being Jungle Cruise. And obviously we heard Reminiscence is coming out on the 19th of August. I don't know when Paw Patrol's coming out, but
Can we look it up?
yeah, the Suicide Squad's coming out early next month. Shang-Chi the month after, and then Don't Breathe sometime in between there.
Paw
I'm waiting
Patrol
for Paw Patrol to get canned, and then I have to jump
comes
on the
out
Reminiscence train.
21st of August.
I kind of hope that Dope Breed 2 gets canned so that we can all have Reminiscence together.
Reminiscence. You
Can
ride
I
or
just-
die.
Can I just mention the first cast member who's listed on Paw Patrol the movie?
Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
It's Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, we can't lose.
I mean, look the same.
What?
Jake
And
Gyllenhaal,
Tyler
Kim
Perry?
Kardashian. Oh, well,
What?
if
Randall
Medea-
Park.
If
Dak
Medea's in
Shepard,
it, then
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh,
it's gonna bang.
What the
Are you kidding
shit?
me? With names like that?
What? I'm
Quickly.
I'm thrown.
I have not heard a
before-
peep out of Kim Kardashian about this movie. I can tell you, she does not want people to.
She's not been sharing it on her Insta.
No.
And she's a close personal friend.
Quickly, before jumping in, we did have 2 new trailers come out today.
Ooh.
One of them being for Jackass 4.
I did see that.
Called Jackass Forever.
I cannot
Really?
believe they're making another one.
Yeah, they all look old, but they look old, but it doesn't look like they're slowing down.
Yeah, I that was my thing. I was watching it going, this looks like it was made
This
back when
looks
they
like
were making
Jackass.
the old ones.
Yeah, they got
It
a
looks
couple.
just as absurd and crazy bullshit.
They've got a couple fun guests that fit this film perfectly. Eric Andre being one of them.
Wasn't one of them bloody Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly's in it. So I look, Jackass films are always fun. I'm not sure if you can really call them films. More
I will get you
compilations.
to. I think you'll be reporting to us on that one.
Oh, I like probably Michael as well.
Yeah.
The second one was for a film that I believe Steph had on her most anticipated of the year. It's called The Last Duel.
Oh,
The
Ridley
Rid-
Scott.
Ridley Scott, Damon, Affleck, Adam Driver.
Oh,
Looks
you love this,
interesting.
Christian. You
Yeah,
will love this
The
movie.
Last Duel, you say?
Yeah, you'll
it's-
love it.
It's
Ooh.
basically.
Now that I have my computer in front of me, I'm onto it.
Braden, can you read out the
Look at
synopsis for
Adam
that one?
Driver! Holy shit!
Can you read out
It
the
looks
synopsis for that one, Braden?
Awesome.
Yes, I definitely can.
Ooh.
Right?
A woman claims she's been raped by her husband's best friend, Jean de Caroux. But when no one believes her accusation, her husband challenges his friend to a duel, the last legally sanctioned duel in the country's history.
Based on a true story. Looks like fun. Does it?
This looks
God,
awesome.
look at the
It looks
costumes.
so good.
Jean de Caroug.
The costumes and the
Guys.
makeup and how they look great. And by
Yeah.
great, I mean
I'm
they
just
look
excited
like
to see
they fit the
Damon and
type.
Affleck.
Ooh, I
directed
like
by
the
Ridley
cover art
Scott,
as well.
and it's historical, and Adam Driver. It's just everything you could
And
ever want in a movie.
Look, if you love Ridley Scott, but have you seen who else wrote the screenplay?
Who?
Damon and Affleck wrote it.
Mm.
God, of course they did.
It's the Good Will Hunting boys coming back.
We're
yeah.
ready for this movie. I
That's
need to go watch
good.
the trailer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
the
seen the trailer yet.
Trailer looks really. It looks like a movie, man. It looks like a movie.
Looks like a movie.
No, it's one of those. You know how every movie nowadays has to be funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one that isn't like that.
good.
This is like prepping for award season.
Yeah, this is gonna.
yeah.
This it looks like an epic. I'll say it. An epic.
We got people in suits of armor. Award season, here we come.
I am
Yeah.
keen.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
But yeah, that's all. That's all I really have to report on that. The Last Duel looks good. Old looks good.
I like the report. The report at the end.
You're
there.
you're
I like
welcome.
I do.
Thanks, Alex.
I think that brings us to the end of this incredibly strange, weird, impromptu Zoom call episode.
I feel like it went on track with our normal episodes.
It's about on track,
Yeah.
except for that moment where we definitely all lagged.
We did have a lull. That's
The
bad.
end,
For a
Yeah.
few moments. Put
Wait,
But
that-
if
I
you want to
That's why we have a
support
soundboard.
us so we have better internet connections and we can afford better stuff, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/millennial movie talk. You can chuck us a couple bucks, support the show. We need mic arms when we're back together again, which hopefully will be next week. We'll
We
see.
doubled our Patreon. man.
Christian needs a webcam in case we're not.
Christian needs his
Dude.
webcam's working perfectly. What are you
He's,
talking
he's
about?
there.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
filters,
look.
no nothing.
Next time we'll have those issues
Sorted.
solved. Yep.
Yeah. You
Well-
could follow us on your podcast service of choice, whether that be Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever the shit you're on. Apple, if you're on Apple, review it and shit.
Yeah.
But you can
Listen.
find it all at anchor.fm/millennial movie talk. What do you want to jump in there, Alex?
Oh, I was just calling them pussies.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
Look, if I can quickly jump in, but we only have the money in the budget to solve one problem, so we either get Chris a webcam or we get new mic arms. We have to take a gamble. Which one's going to happen?
I thought we already took a gamble.
But it's definitely going to be a mic arm. Because his webcam's working perfectly. I don't see any issues. But then you can subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this right now and seeing wonderful faces.
We love YouTube.
You can like the video, subscribe, all
that good
stuff.
stuff.
I will give a shout out as well to our friends over at TerraVision Horror Podcast because they've been shouting us out a bunch.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I know. They've been shouting us out a bunch. And I really like what they're doing over there at the moment. So every week they release an episode. It'll either be a spoiler cast where they do their usual deep dives into a single horror film that episode. And then in the off weeks, they talk about all the other random shit they want to talk about, whether that be horror news and stuff or whether they just want to chat shit.
They've got a really good social media presence. They share lots of tidbits. I learned so much from their Facebook and Instagram.
Jen does an amazing job.
Can we hire Jen to do ours as well?
Yeah, Jen and Dan.
Jen has no free time to be able to do that at all. But one day, if she does, support us on Patreon so we can buy Jen.
Or Dan. We like Dan.
Dan's amazing. Dan. So their new thing's called Splatter Chatter, which is great. I love that.
That's a really good name.
Yeah, but if you're into horror movies, definitely go check them out because they are a blast to listen to.
Has he done anything on Fear Street?
I don't know if they've discussed Fear Street yet. I think it's too new. Like they've been watching weird shit from like the 70s to the 90s.
They have been. It's very niche.
It fits, but it's very modern. Actually, their most recent episode's about the Halloween 2018. So,
hey, we like that.
Good timing for coming up to the next one soon.
Halloween Kills.
But I think with that, I'm Brayden.
I'm Alex.
I'm Steph.
I'm Christian.
And we're out of here.